And welcome to Crafting with Claudine. It is Wednesday, June 19th, otherwise known as Juneteenth, here in Massachusetts. And this is What's Up Wednesday. Just give me a moment and I'm going to grab the link for this and post it on my Facebook group. So, how's everybody doing? Um, if you are joining me live, I would love to see you say hello. Let me see what's going on here. Did it get me? It's not yet showing. There it is. Now I can grab the link, copy, come over here to Facebook, and I'll paste it now. The live is up. And post. Just waiting for that to go through. It says it posted. All right, let's see what's going on. As I said, it is Wednesday, June 19th. I was very fortunate that I had the day off today, which is always a good time. And what did I do today? I did a little crafting this morning. I spent a lot of time hanging out with my puppy. We went out a gazillion times. We ran around. We played tricks, worked on sit and down and stay and fetch and drop and all sorts of fun stuff throughout the day. And I did a little crafting again this afternoon with my friend Michelle. And here we are. So, welcome. And I see somebody is watching, so say hello in the chat so I know who's here. And if you see someone else come on while I am doing this, say hello and welcome them in for me. So, let me put this camera down to my desk so you can see what I've got going on. Let me do this. And, all right. I did not line anything up, so I might have to come this way. Give me a minute for things to get into place. Oh, great. So these are the supplies I'm going to work with. But before we get to that, I would like to show you the cards that I made using the June 2024 paper pumpkin. And these are pretty much following the directions, as much as I can. Sometimes I get ahead of myself and end up with things out of order. So for example, on this one, the Mishy was a little bit more centered and they had both of these over here on the right hand side, but that's not what I did. So I just kind of moved my cherries around so that I had a little bit different layout, but it's very close. This is the second one. And if you got this kit, let me give you a little hint. Don't skip a step. What I did is I put the adhesive on the front of the vellum that's here and then put this lovely green frame on top. That adhesive was supposed to go on the back and then a couple of little glue dots to hold the frame in place. So now I have on here some stickiness, though it's still a little sticky. I need to get some baby powder and get rid of the stickiness. But don't do what I did. Don't be me. Let me learn that mistake for you. And then this is the third card that comes with the kit, and I love this one. I like the multiple layers. We've got the very delicate green die cut, and then I don't know if you can see, but there's also some vellum die cut of the same leaves. And we've got the lemons and the congrats that is on this beautiful shimmer paper, and then stamped out the so much to celebrate, and a couple of dies and some linen thread. So those are 3 cards that come in the kit, and you're supposed to be able to make 3 of each, but I don't need 3 of each. I don't know who else wants to have 3 of each. but I'm not that person. So I decided that I would do my alternatives, which I usually do an alternative, but this time we're going to do scrapbook page, a layout. So the only thing I added to the kit were 2 pieces of cardstock. This is Calypso Coral. 2 3-inch by 12-inch strips from the To Market DSP. And then I have this here. I don't know if I'll use it, but I have a strip of ribbon. And this is in the Shy Shamrock. The kit did come with a Shy Shamrock Stampin' Spot. I will probably use my own ink pad for that. I always do. So I see that there's 3 people here with me. I'd love to say hello and know who's here with me. So just shout out in the chat. Oh, I think I just need to, hi Carla. All right, so I'm gonna put this piece off to the side and we will start on this one. So I'm going to use, oh, I forgot, I also did cut out some strips here of the same paper. So a little bit more than a half a sheet of this was used. And the first thing I'm going to do is to put this, I think I need to turn on a light down here. I don't know if that helped or not. It's helping me, so I don't know if it helps you, but it does help me be able to see a little bit better. I am going to adhere this to my card, my envelope, and you'll see that there's a score mark here, and I'm going to put it above the score mark. Oops. Just to give it a little something something. And then I'm going to take my lovely snips and cut off that little piece that was there. All right. That was step 1. Step 2 I wanted to do was to take some of these small dots and my Take Your Pick tool. And since I learned from myself this morning, I'm going to put these on the back, oops, on the back of this little frame. Don't need too terribly many of them. So how's everybody doing? Did you have a good week? I had a lovely week. Had a lot done at work, played with the pup. So much fun to do. I went to my cousin's house, and my cousin from Pennsylvania was also there. My cousin from Colorado, who I've not seen since I was a baby. Like, I don't remember him as a child, but he was there. It was at his sister's house that I went to. So that was a lovely day. Just take some little backing pieces off. Come on. These little ones are hard to get off. So how's everybody handling the heat here in the Northeast if you're here? Like here in the U.S. Northeast, it's the beginning of a heat wave. We were in the 90s today, and I think we're going to be in the 90s throughout the week through Friday. Though I have to say, it's quite humid, and I would not be surprised if we end up with some rain in the next day or two. I actually thought it was going to storm when I was out there earlier. The air was very, very thick. All right, so before I put this on, the card kit comes with this lovely vellum that you can see here, and it is just the right size to map this on. not doing a very good job lining that up. Maybe I need to do it down here. That's a little better. All right, so I'm going to take the strip. Hello, Miss Michelle. It's unbearable. Yeah, some people are really not fans of the heat. I love the heat way more than I love the cold. And I know people say, oh, but you can put a sweater on in the cold. And you can't really, you can only take it off just so much. But for me, I will take the heat. Right, I'm taking this 3x12 and just putting it up here, down here on the left. And then I've got this one that I just did. I have another frame here. I know I'm a little all over the place, but I'm sure y'all are used to that now, right? This time I'm gonna try just doing a little bit of glue instead of the sticky dots. Yeah, I think that will work. I'm just putting a little bit. Don't want a whole bunch that's gonna smush out everywhere. And this one I'm going to put off a little bit. So I probably should have thought about that before I put the glue on. But that is what it is. So I'm going to put this up here. So we've got this guy going straight, the green going straight, and the vellum's going to be a little cockeyed there. And I'm going to again use the glue, and I want to put it behind where we have some leaves, just so we don't have these big splotches of glue poking through. All right, now the vellum, I'm sorry, the frame is just, this piece here is just about maybe a ½ an inch less wide, skinnier I guess is the right word, than my strip. And so I'm centering it on there. The next thing I want to do is this is going to be for a photo, so a landscape or horizontal photo, and I want to use the stamp set that came with us, and it has several words on it. So we've got thanks, wish you were here, it's upside down. Life is so much sweeter with friends like you, and that's what I want to put up here. But we also have your truly amazing, sweet friend sending a big squeeze and something to celebrate. But I thought this one here that says life is so much sweeter with a friend like you just really did it for me in a scrapbooking sense, right? So let me pull out my mat. Hello, Miss Cindy. Well, I'm glad your hand and your back said to stop weeding, because that means that you're here with us. So for those of you that are on the line right now, tell me who is a scrapbooker? I know most of the people that watch me do make cards, but I also know that many of you are scrapbookers. So I'd like to know who in this group scrapbook. So I haven't used this one yet, so I'm just going to give it a nice little test. Just doing a tap, tap, tap. Whoops. I think that was the paper and not the stamper. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so I am using the Shy Shamrock. And I need to pull this a little bit closer to me because it is going to be my scrapbook. So I would like to get it right the first time and trying to get it a little bit straight. So hopefully you can still see it. I'm not blocking the view, but if so, there we go. We put this ink away. No scrapbookers today? All right. Now, this here is one of the envelopes, and what I really liked about it was this scalloped edge, and I thought it would give a different flavor or flair to my scrapbook page, so I decided to keep it there and just added this little piece of trim to give it a little something something, as my husband would say, a little something something. All right, and I'm going to, excuse me, going to go ahead and put that on. Gonna fold that little piece over because I got a little extra. So I'm going to put this about a 1/2 inch from the top and try and center it between the border of this and my right hand edge. All right, we're coming together. We now have this piece that we already glued together earlier, and this is going to come down here, and it's going to become a what do you call it? A title. So I've got the Miss You, and I've got the little dot here that I couldn't find earlier, so then I punched out another one, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. So I am going to use some small dimensionals. We pull those out. So these came with the kit, the small ones, and I am going to pop these up a little bit, because we like to have a little dimension in our lives, don't we? Miss Michelle does stamping, card making and scrapbooking, and of course stamping. Thank you for sharing, Miss Michelle. All right. While I'm doing this, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something that's going on this weekend in my my group on Facebook. So I have a Facebook group. It's called Crafting with Claudine, in case you're not a member. And this weekend we're going to do a free virtual crop. I'm calling it a no frills crop, because typically when I do a crop, I do a lot of prep work with designing classes and stuff like that. And on this one, we're going to have a couple of challenges that I post in the group. We're going to have a Zoom that people can hop on and craft together, and that will be Friday night at 6 Eastern, so 6 p.m. Eastern Friday night. And then on Saturday, we're going to start at 12 Eastern. I know that several of the folks that said that they were available this weekend are on the West Coast. And so I am going with that time frame. So 12 o'clock on Saturday. And like I said, I'm going to post some color challenges. I'll probably put a couple of sketch challenges in over the weekend as well. And there will be a Zoom link that I will post in the group. And like I said, this is a free event, just a, hey, I know it's hot and icky out and people are busy and maybe they only have a couple of hours to craft over the weekend, so they aren't necessarily interested in a whole weekend event. So this one here will allow for people to come in, say hello to new friends and old friends, and spend a little bit of time crafting together. And it's no pressure, come and go as you please. And I hope to see some new faces in there. Let me know if that's something that you think that you might join us with this weekend. Just using my little glue dots behind the leaves again. I don't know why I'm going back and forth between glue dots and liquid glue. No idea what's going on with my brain tonight, but that's okay. Both of them work. Maybe that's why, because I wanted to show you both worked. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What do you think of that? to do one more over here, and then we're going to stick this down as our title. I almost forgot to put my I'm just putting this, eyeballing it to make it centered underneath the envelope. I do want to take this guy and see if I can, oh, just barely, huh? All right. It's coming along pretty nicely. And now we have some cherries. That will go up here. Because life is sweet, right? I think I am going to use a little bit of glue to stick one to the other. A little bit of glue back here. Whoops. And the question is, shall I pop those up as well? Do you think those should be popped up? Let me know your thoughts on that. Meanwhile, I'm going to decide if I'm going to do anything with that. I know I had another one. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's over here. Had a couple of them out. I didn't know if I was going to use them. Still don't know if I'm going to use them. I'm going to play with them a little bit. Hello, Miss Bridget. How was the gardening? I don't know. So 2 questions for you all. Too hot for gardening? Yeah. First of all, my first question is, should I pop up the cherries? And my second question is, should I be using these little vellum leaves or no? Do they add anything for you? Yes to the pop-up. Okay, thank you, Miss Michelle. I'll do that while we still consider what to do with those vellum leaves. Maybe I won't do anything with them yet, and we'll decide at the end. So I have some big pop-ups or dimensionals, so I'm going to grab those. I know they didn't come with the kit, and I said I only did cardstock and DSP, but now I just made a liar out of myself. You like the vellum on the darker paper, and yes, to pop up the fruit. So do you mean so that it's kind of coming out like this, Bridget? So that it's coming into the Calypso coral? Is that what you're trying to say to me? Alright, let me get these out of the way, and then we'll pull in the other one and start working on page 2. Oops. I emptied my trash, but I didn't put a bag in. What's wrong with me? Alright, we're going to put page 2 in. Maybe where the 3 papers come together on the whole. I think you're saying this. Something like this. Something, something, something. And then maybe I'll put a little bow or something over the twigs. I think that's what I shall do. Thank you, Miss Bridget. I always love getting other people's opinions. I'm going to start right here. This is a wee bit tricky. We got that one. It's really hard to pick things up with your putty when your putty is covered with something else, isn't it? That's the downside of vellum, is you gotta be really careful with what you use to do the adhesive so that it doesn't show through too much. Because otherwise I'd surely be grabbing the liquid glue. We'll do that and take this off. And I think I'll do one on the other guy and call that good enough. Whoops. Come on. Come on, you little bugger. All right. That is page 1. There's also a block of coral space toward the center of the page that may work. Ah, I see what you're saying down here. Well, too late now. I didn't see it first, but I like that. So that is page 1, or the left-hand side. Let's see what we can do with the right-hand side. So I did do a tiny little bit of prep work. This guy's gonna go over here. And what I did on here is I took my strips and I've already put them in place. And they are just above the score line of the envelope. And I'm going to do something, and I hope it's going to work. I haven't tried this before. But what I'm thinking is that I'm going to do it like this. But I want to only put adhesive at the top so that you could, if you wanted to, hide some pictures inside there. What do you think? That's my thought process there, and let's see how that works. So, step 1, I'm going to use my handy dandy little tape runner, and I'm going to put that so that it's lined up on the side of the envelope, and oh, let me try that again. I was not lined up on the sides like I said I would be. So that's 1. Hello, Miss Anne from New Zealand. How is it in New Zealand this morning? It's morning time for you, right? Yeah, it's 7:30 my time, so it must be morning for you. And again, I'm lining this up on the sides, and I am getting it so that the second scallop is about where we're hitting the lines of trim. And then I'm just going to put glue or adhesive on the top one, which is the green one. Before I do that, I'm just going to put that to the side for a minute. I want to do a little bit of assembly here. And because it will help me determine the placement of the other piece. 11:25 a.m. and very cold. Yeah, it's interesting as we learn about how things are in different parts of the world at the same time as us, in different cultures. I know when many years ago I went to India in November, and it was the best weather. It was like that beginning of summer when it's t-shirt weather, but it's not too hot. So it was perfect for me. Well, I called it t-shirt weather. My husband probably wouldn't. He probably would say too hot, because we are very different in our likes when it comes to weather. All right, so I'm putting this intricate little die cut, which came already cut, and we just had to pop it out as part of the kit. And I don't want the leaves to go above the top, because this is going to be right at the edge here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is put my border on. It's not a border, I shouldn't say that. It is a strip. And I'm going to give myself some room here. If I think about it like this, I want to make sure that I have some room on the side. Okay, so we've got that. Now, we're going to do this. And put this center here on my strip. There we go. Starting to build. And again, we've got a couple of pairs of strawberries. And this one, the last one I did it kind of like this. So they were very even, I guess you would say. This time, I want to see if I can give it a little bit more variety, I guess, is what I'm looking for. A little variety in height. So figuring it out. I think I'm going to bunch them up a little bit like that. Little glue to hold them in place where I want them. And then I can put some behind here. All right, let's pull out our fun little dimensionals. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I'm gonna have to cut that off a little bit. That's probably why they gave us the small ones when the mini ones in the kit. But that's okay. So tell me, who else has done scrapbook pages from their paper pumpkins? Look at that going on. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. There was another piece that was supposed to happen here, ladies. Let's see if I can get this up gently. Gently she goes. All right, before I lay that down, grabbing my paper cutter, because I wanted to use one of the card bases. And the reason, well, there's two reasons. First, let me cut, and then I will show. You will now My job here is done then, Bridget. So my thought was that I would put this on here. Okay. It is the same size. Come on. And this is why I use glue. So much easier to move things around. Though I have to say, I tend to use double-sided tape more on scrapbooking pages. Am I alone in that? All right, just to give it a little bit more something, something. I think I'm overusing that term today, something, something. All right, and then we can put this down, and I'm centering it between the edge of this and the edge of the paper and trying to make it straight. And now, should you desire, you could put, what do you call it, pictures underneath. All right, I think now we can play with a little bit of bling. This is the bling that came with it, little pearls. And let's see, where do we want to put the pearls? We've got 2 pages. I'm going to start over here on my left page and see where we're going to put some pearls. I think we'll do some up here. There's the big one. And I'm using some of the smaller ones here. I like that. Do we need some up here? What do we need? I don't know. We might mix them up a little. And on this page, it looks like I decided to go with mostly the small ones. All right. What do you think, ladies? Do I need anything else? Do I need to incorporate some ribbon in this maybe here? Though I suppose if I was going to do that, I should have done it before I wrapped it up, but let's see here. Let's make a bow and see what it looks like, and if we want to put it somewhere. I'm a little lopsided on my bow here. Where's my snips? Clean up my ribbon edges. So what do you think of using envelopes in this way? Have you ever done that? And do you like it? I'm just going to use a glue dot here for my little ribbon. And there you have it, ladies. I have no idea. Oh, here they are. I was looking for my covers. My desk has stuff all over it. Once again, shocking, right? Shocking. Let me put these where they belong. And then I'm going to flip the camera. Thank you, Miss Carla. I'm going to flip the camera and do this. Hi. So today was a fabulous day. I got to craft 3 times today. 3 times. You know, and sometimes that's all it takes is to have like this random day off and you're able to go and do the stuff that you love, especially when the last couple of weekends I haven't really because I've been busy outside of the house. So this was a nice little treat and I'm so glad that you guys were here to spend it with me. And I'm going to take a quick look. Looks like we are all caught up on the comments. If you liked this video and you like the pages that I made, or if you just like hearing me talk, weird though that I might be at times, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already doing so, please make sure you're following me so that you know the next time I come live. What else do I have to tell you? I told you about the virtual crop. If you weren't here when I did that and would like to know more, please let me know. You can reach me on Facebook Messenger, or you can leave me a message in the comments after the live video is done, because then the comments will be there and I can reach out to you. This month we have the bundles sale going on through the end of June, which is just 11 days away. So if you are thinking about getting some bundles like I did, mine are coming on Sunday and I can't wait. They are 10% off between now and the end of the month. If you decide to place an order with me, you can use the host code. Oh, you can't read that because that's backwards. I will read that to you. JFTS6ACD, like ACDC. If you need that host code, let me know. And anyone who does a $50 order will get a free card class in July. And if you don't want to do the free class, I'm looking because I don't know exactly where I put them. I think I do. 1 second. Yes, I have a bin here. Let me grab that. If you are interested in seeing what the class is, just give me a minute. It's in here, I promise. Those aren't them. Here they are. I have a bin full of stuff. If you are interested in seeing what the class is, I just will give you a quick look. This is the July class, and like I said, it is free with a $50 order, or you can just purchase the class for $25 and I will mail you everything you need to make them. That is not right side up. There you go. And this is using the Unbounded Beauty, I think it's called. Oh, it's sideways. And this one. So there you go. Those are the cards for the July card class. You can earn it free with a $50 order, or you can sign up for just $25 and I will send you everything you need. I think that's it for tonight. So I will talk to you all next week. I have no idea what I'll be doing, but I'll think of something between now and then. Bye, everyone.